Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't ask me if I'm wearing green because the answer is pretty obvious. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Tap those hearts. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're excited. Makeup Bootcamp Class 9 is in session. We're talking all about building a toolbox tonight. And that means, of course, my favorite thing, brushes. And, well, brushes and another thing you're going to need. And another thing you're going to need. Just a couple things you're going to need. So tap those hearts. Let me know you're here. Do me a favor and let me know if you're catching me live or on the replay. Here's how that works around here. If you're catching me live, you'll know because this little red bar right here says L-I-V-E. You've caught me live. Use hashtag LiveTribe. But if that bar is not there, then you've caught me on the replay for Class 9. Let me know what time it is, where you're watching, and where you're watching from. I love to know where people are watching from and what time it is, especially because I'm bad at time zones and like half the nation is quarantined, right? So I like to know where people are. We're making humor out of this because, well, it's kind of terrifying otherwise. Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, I need to quickly paste this right here so you guys have it. Okay. So, and, well, let me pin it. Or is Facebook going to be like, nah? Oh, it will. Yeah, cool. Okay. So, hello, everybody. So, let's jump into it. Toolbox. We need to build our toolbox, meaning we need to build the tools to make pretty eyeshadow. We need to know the proper things to have on hand in order to create an eyeshadow look that is both beautiful and professional looking, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to walk you through the couple things that you 100% need. I have a lot of brushes here, and I'm going to be honest, you probably don't need every single thing I'm going to show you. You probably don't need all of these, but at least you'll be able to pick exactly which one you want to use, all right? Let's hop right into it. So I don't have any eyeshadow on, and the purpose was that was so I could touch my eye with the brushes and not mess up anything. So hello, everybody. Tap those hearts. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're excited. And be sure to spread the love because I really appreciate that. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to dive right in. Let's start with the crease brush. This brush. This is actually a fluffy crease brush. Now, why is it called that? Because it's like nice and fluffy. And it's got this beautiful dome shape to it. This is my favorite brush of all time. Something about it, it blends well, it does all the good things. But anyway, why do you need a fluffy crease brush like this one? Because this brush is good for getting in the crease and the outer corner, okay? It's perfectly fluffy, so it helps blend everything out. I love this to blend things. And it is just hands down, obviously I should have cleaned the brush. Obviously, hands down, one of my favorite brushes, okay? So a fluffy crease brush. It is a dome-shaped brush, like this one. It's actually it's like flat, but dome-shaped at the same time. This one's normally white. And you need it for blending purposes. So if you don't have a brush like this one, this is key to your eyeshadow. You're gonna see me pick up this brush a whole lot, okay? Whole lot. Next up, let's see. Let's go with this one, another crease brush. So this is just a regular crease brush. I'm gonna get the eyeshadow off of it too so you can see. Now this brush is a densely packed brush. It's got a lot of bristles and they're stiffer bristles, so they're not super soft. I mean, they're soft, but they're not like as soft as say this brush. They're a little bit denser, which is nice because it packs on color. This brush, a shape like this that's kind of pointed at the top and it's very thin. I'll show you in comparison to the fluffy crease brush. A brush like this is good for a couple things. It is good for that outer corner, okay? Remember that spot we talked about yesterday? That outer corner. It's good for packing on color because of those densely packed bristles. And it is good for the lower lash line. This thing right here, remember we talked about this last night? It's good for that. It's like stinking phenomenal for that. So you want a thin brush like this one. Not a dome shaped, but a thin shape. Again, in comparison, this is the two brushes next to each other. Okay? So you need these two in your toolbox to make any look work. These are the essential ones. Another essential brush, I'm going to show you the essentials first. Let's do that. Another essential brush to make your eyeshadow look perfect is actually a brush like this one. So this is what we call a deluxe brush, but it is a, I don't know, is that like a dome shape? It's a brush shaped like this that is good for packing on eyeshadow. It is not super, super dense, but it's also not like barely anything there. It is the perfect shape, okay? So it is the best for packing on eyeshadow onto the lid, and the brow bone. Remember that last night I turned that bright silver? Right. It's good for the lid and the brow bone. So a brush like this is one of my essentials. So of the essentials, we have these 3 so far. A brush like this can be substituted. I have a substitute right here I'm going to talk about, but I highly recommend something that's, it's really, these are natural hairs. These are synthetic hairs, I think. I might have that backwards. But anyway, you just want something that is good for packing on color, okay? So this one. My next essential is another brush. Really, couldn't have guessed that, could you? I'm going to clean it with brush cleaner really quick. This is a nice, fluffy, dome-shaped brush. This one is super fluffy in comparison to this one, okay? Do you see the difference? I'm using my hands so you can really see. This one is a super, super, super fluffy brush. You need a fluffy brush like this for overall blending. I never actually put eyeshadow on this brush. Would you believe me if I told you that? I don't ever actually put eyeshadow on this brush. I use this brush only to blend because this brush will make all of your sins disappear. When you mess up your eyeshadow, you use this brush to blend it out and all is well in the world. If you aren't sure that you like the color, you use this brush to buff it out and all is well in the world. This is your magic eraser brush, okay? So you need a dome-shaped fluffy brush. It needs to have some fluff to it. You can see this one has some fluff to it. It needs to keep that dome shape, but it needs to be fluffy, okay? So this is another essential. The last true essential brush for the good eye look is actually one you're gonna laugh at me for. It's a lash comb, preferably a metal lash comb. So this one has metal bristles. I don't even use this side. I'm not even sure what this side is for. But this side right here, this metal side, is for separating your lashes with mascara. And if you want the longest lashes possible, which we're going to get into throughout this boot camp, you need to make sure you have a metal bristle. The plastic ones just don't do the same. I have 1,500 plastic ones and they just don't do the same. So a metal comb for your lashes. And like I said, this one's just, I like this one and they're easy to clean. Easier than plastic to clean. So your essentials, these are the essentials. A fluffy brush like this one. A fluffy brush like this one. You can see there's a difference. A densely packed small brush like this one. A nice packing brush like this one for the lid and the brow bone, and then a metal lash comb. These are your essentials. You cannot create an eyeshadow look that is beautiful without brushes shaped like these. I highly recommend these, but you know, get yourself some shape like these, okay? So then we have add-on brushes as well. Now, by the way, if you click that link that's right there in the comments, there's a button that says Build My Toolbox, and it has all these on there. It's just to make life easy. It's literally all, you just click right onto it. So your add-ons. I have 6 add-on brushes, but 2 aren't really brushes. You'll see what I mean. First one, I told you could substitute this brush for a different style of brush, one that is double-sided like this. So it's still nice and packed here, like it's still gonna pack on color. But this side is the side I want to focus on. You can still see my silver from last night. Everything is fine. It's fine. The other side is to brush down your wide. Oh, okay. So see, guys, I really did not know that because this is like really kind of rough. It's to brush down your wild eyebrows. But if you're like my mama walks up and she goes and fixes it, or she plucks it out of your face. Just ding. So good to know what that's for. My main focus is though, have a metal lash comb. Now you know what the other side is for though. You're welcome. So back to this brush. This is a sponge tip applicator. Again, this side is kind of the same as the deluxe brush, but this sponge tip applicator is actually kind of important. So like I said, you can still see yesterday's eyeshadow on it, but this type of brush is good for packing on color. You saw me pack on silver with it last night. It's good for packing on color on the outer corner or the lid or the inner corner. So any of this portion, it's good for packing on color. Oops, this is obviously not ideal for the crease because it's not blending. It's just packing on color. Okay, so that's what a sponge tip applicator is for. Do I recommend one of these in your makeup bag? Yeah, because you never know when you're gonna need it. Do I think it's an essential? No. So if you have like 15 of these laying around, toss them and go get yourself like one of these. Okay? Because these come in like everything. We all know they do. I probably have a bag of them somewhere. Seriously. But Sponge tip. So that's what that one's for. I just realized I forgot to put a tool over here. So give me a second. The next one is, another type of packing brush. But this one's a little bit different. So I call this a cream shadow brush because it's actually used for liquid eyeshadows. Why? Because of the hairs that are on it, they do best with liquid eyeshadows. However, this one can also replace a brush like this one because it will pack on color well. Your main focus is that it's packing on color onto the lid or the brow bone. That's what this style of brush is for. What's the difference in this one and this one and this one? It's all about the bristles, baby. So these, I mean, it does make a pretty big difference. This is my top recommended one that is like this and really, it's fluffy but not too fluffy. This one is just very densely packed. So for glitters and stuff, it may be the absolute best. It's just really densely packed. And this one's just not as densely packed. It's just the difference. It's all about the feel of the brush. So this bad boy is good for packing on color and on the brow bone. You will see me grab this for shimmers more than anything else because you can get it wet. You can get these wet too, but they take longer to dry than this one. So you will see me grab this for packing on shimmer when I want something super glittery. Like Palette 6 has that really pretty pink shade in it that's super sparkly. I'll show you what I mean because I just realized that may sound like a foreign language to you. This one right here, whoa, that's what this bad boy is for. Or a cream eyeshadow or a liquid eyeshadow. So, okay, that's done. Oops, let me put it over here. I have these separated so I can like keep up. Next non-essential but very important brush is a eyeliner brush. Now you saw me use one like this last night to get into green eyeshadow. I hope you saw last night's video. I look like I fought the Crayola man and lost. But a brush like this has a very, 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 very tiny fine tip to it. Like it's itty little bitty. It's teeny tiny. Like this makes it look big. Okay. And it is the best for, you guessed it, eyeliner. It's really good for getting super close to the lash line, which you're going to want in some of the eyeshadow looks that we're doing because it's going to create a very easy eyeliner effect. When I show you how to add color to your eyes, this brush is pretty handy. And this brush is good at getting in that inner corner for a lot of detail work. I don't always do a lot of detail work, I'm just going to be honest. But when I do, this is the brush that I reach for eyeliner or for getting in the inner corner. And if you want to go really fancy, it can also be used under here, but I feel like I'm going to stab my eyeball out, so we don't do that often. Just fair warning. So an eyeliner brush. The bristles on this one are densely packed, and they're just short, and they are shaped like into a cone. Like that. Okay? That's this brush. Last but not least, in terms of actual brushes, this one I'm calling a non-essential, but it's actually pretty essential in terms of your overall look. As we get into a different part of makeup boot camp, you'll find this to be what I call an essential at the time. But a brow artist brush like this one that has a spoolie on one side and the actual brow brush on the other. This is one of those, like, it could be on my essentials, but then it could also not be on my essentials. You know what I mean? I highly recommend having one. Why? This brush is actually multitasking, so you can use this for your brows. I love to use this to fill in my brows. Or you can use it for eyeliner because of the shape of it. So it's a very fine brush. It's on its side. It's flat. It's a very fine brush. It's obviously got a slant to it, so you can create hair-like strokes in the brow, or as liner, you're getting very close to the eye. And then, of course, the spoolie on this side, this is another double tasker. It's good for the brows. This is what I use instead of this. So maybe that's why I didn't know what this was. Or to brush through your lashes. Now I'm not going to use this one because I use it in my eyebrows and there is brow hair on it. But to brush through your lashes, this is another good tool. Okay? To separate them out before you even put on mascara. Before you even go in with this bad boy, you're going in with this bad boy. So a brow artist brush is super, super important because, I mean, you're going to find when you do your brows, this is a game changer. And then last but not least, in the essential tools, because these were in the tools you need for your toolbox. These are the brushes you need. But then in terms of actual other tools, there's just a couple. Eye primer, this is an essential. I'm going to show you in a video tomorrow, not a live video, but a pre-recorded video tomorrow morning, why eye primer makes a big difference. but you just need eye primer. Okay, this one's almost empty. Can you believe that? I have a brand new one, thank Jesus, but it's almost empty. So you need eye primer to make your mascara, your eyeshadow last all day, stay in place, and even out the appearance of the eyelid. And I'm going to show you what I mean by stay in place all day tomorrow, because I think you're going to have your mind blown. So eye primer is an essential in the makeup toolkit. Lash curler. You may find this to be essential. You may find this to be non-essential for you. For me, with my little 6 straight lashes, I need an eye lash curler. This one is from TJ Maxx. Just being honest, okay? It is the Sally Hansen lash curler. I highly recommend it. Okay, this is gonna curl your lashes. I will show you how I use this really in depth when we get into lashes, but I don't want to do it a lot because sometimes it freaks people out to see people curl their lashes. So you get to pick, is this essential or non-essential? So if you curl your lashes before your mascara, drop a 1. If you don't curl your lashes before your mascara, drop a 2. I'm curious. So 1 for curling, 2 for you don't curl them. And then throw this one on either side. The essentials are like the extra. I'm going to throw out my essentials because I think it's essential. Third essential tool that you need is a pencil sharpener. How silly is this, right? Who thinks of a pencil sharpener? You need one because it sharpens your eyeliner, and you need a sharp eyeliner. As we get into eyeliner hacks, you're going to see that I use this bad boy all the time. It's so good. But just a pencil sharpener, throw it in the essential bag. And then last but most certainly not least is brush cleaner. You need clean brushes, and you need to get the eyeshadow off your brush in between, every eyeshadow. Why? Otherwise it gets all muddy and weird. If you are struggling with eyeshadow that is looking muddy, your colors aren't, like you feel like all your colors look the exact same on your eye, or you have that I've been punched in the eye effect, try cleaning your brushes with like a brush cleaner in between your eyeshadows. This one right here, you can spray it on and it's dry within about 2 seconds, and it's not drying to your brushes. So it's really nice because you can literally spray it and then rub your brush. You saw me use it on this one that had brown eyeshadow on it before we started. Now it does not, which is, great. But you need a brush cleaner. This one you actually can't get your hands on right now, which makes me super sad. But there are other ones out there on the market that are great too, so be sure to check them out. But you need a brush cleaner. That's another essential. So we've broken all the brushes and the other tools and whatnot that you need. It was a lot of things, wasn't it? It felt like forever that it took to do that. But they are all super, super, super important in creating the eyeshadow looks of your dreams. So tomorrow, I pinky promise we're going to hop into an actual eyeshadow look. Now that you have your brushes, you've picked your colors, you know your parts of the eye, you know your shape of the eye, we're going to get into an actual eyeshadow look. It is one of my favorite looks. Yes, setting spray does not clean your brushes. This is not going to clean your brushes. Mom knows that because one day she grabbed this instead of this and tried to clean her brushes. She also one day grabbed this instead of hairspray and sprayed her hair. It is what it is, okay? It happens. It happens to the best of us. Separate those in your makeup bag. But tomorrow we're going to get into an actual eyeshadow look. I promise I'm going to show you how to actually do things now. And we're going to do a very easy everyday eye look. It's what I wear a whole lot. It's simple. You can do it in less than 5 minutes. And I think it's just pretty on every single eye. So be sure to tune in. I will announce the time tomorrow. The primer video will be up at 8 a.m. tomorrow for you to check out. And then, of course, we'll go live probably tomorrow afternoon to show you that. Maybe even tomorrow night. Okay? Depends on how the day goes. We have a long day. So stay safe. If you are in one of the states affected by the coronavirus, please be sure to stay indoors and stay safe. I know it's hard. We all want to get out of the house and do things, but please be careful. Please, please, please wash your hands. Sing the ABCs twice. Sing the chorus to like Lizzo's Truth Hurts. You can sing all those. Those are 20 seconds. Okay. All right. I love you guys, and I will be back tomorrow.